Wike fires the widow of Ogbebor. Says you are trying to inherit a big parcel of land that didn't belong to your husband. Yeah. Meanwhile, the senior special assistant to the Federal Capital Territory FCT Minister Nyesom Wike on public communications, Larry Olayinka, says those making allegations of land grabbing against his principal are only angry it is not business as usual any longer. According to him, a lot of people are not happy with what Wike is doing in Abuja, but the allegations of land grabbing against the FCT minister are not true. Speaking specifically about a land involving Chief Mrs. Rita Lori Ogbebor and Polosa Nigeria Limited, Olayinka said the woman's late husband knew the history and truth about the land. What are these guys talking about? The woman brought a document that the document is in the public domain. He said the woman knows the history, or the woman's husband knows the history of the land. Yes, that with the understanding that the land does not belong to him, that the husband has that understanding. The minister's aide submitted that the land in question was allocated temporarily to construction companies that got contracts in the 80s, and the contractors are expected to leave after concluding their work. Olayinka said while others left, Polosa didn't leave, and after his death, the family is trying to inherit a big parcel of government land. So immediately, it's government land. So immediately, it's not as if, because I've been asking the question, what kind of infrastructure government wants to build? Maybe they want to use that land for something else that will benefit the masses. This is government property that they have marked for so and so. All of a sudden, we just learned that the land has been sold to Wike's friend. So if you know that you are going to sell it to Wike's friend, and you know that the land they did not give them according to your own explanation, why did you tell them to pay? Why didn't you tell them to pay so that you will get the money? Because the money is now in government's cover. Now your friend has benefited, or your friend is now the owner. So it's not as if there's a one national thing they want to use this thing. I don't understand this the way these people think. So it is not they now wake up that they should do the needful. So as at what time? Because if you said the land was given in the 80s for construction companies to use and leave, so since that time they've not left, and nobody. So that means all the government that has come and gone, they don't have sense. It is you and Tinubu that have sense. The issue on the front burner now is the one woman, according to what Larry is saying, one woman, Chief Mrs. Rita Lori Ogbebor, brought to the media, sponsoring some social media content creators to make noise. The issue is simple. You are saying that nonsense grabbed your land, or that somebody grabbed your land. Does the land in question belong to you? It never belonged to her husband, who was the owner of Polosa Nigeria Limited. The land was allocated to construction companies that got contracts in the 80s. That area of Abuja is called Life Camp because construction companies built camps there for their workers. That is why it is called Life Camp. They were given allocations to temporarily use the land as a temporary site office. When a contractor gets a job to construct a road and you choose to say, contractor, take and use my family land as your office, when the contractor finishes his job, is the contractor not supposed to leave the land? That's the question Wike is asking. In this case, Polosa, one of the contractors, did not leave. Polosa built permanent structures on the land and rented the structures out to Lebanese mostly, and was collecting rent for close to 40 years. Other construction companies that had the same opportunities left. Costain shared a fence with the land Polosa was claiming, and now Costain had left. The only construction company claiming ownership of land at that place today is Polosa. You may ask why Polosa is claiming ownership of land when other contractors giving temporary allocation the same way had left. The issue is simple. People still believe that it is because as usual or business as usual, that in Nigeria we can do whatever we like. just like you people are doing what you are like, but because you feel that you are the people in government now, you are the one reigning. So whatever you do that is not right, you will get away with it. So see people who are preaching, see the people preaching to other people. Just imagine. You may ask why Palosa is claiming the ownership. Of course, all that has left. The issue is simple. People still believe that it is business as usual. Oh, my husband was a soldier. All those stories that he's talking about. Go to television stations and cry, my husband was a soldier. He fought for Nigeria. Yes, the husband was a soldier. But she failed to tell Nigerians that her husband was also a contractor after being a soldier. Her husband, the owner of Polosa, got a contract to build underground drainage in Abuja and collected his pay. If Polosa collected his money, why should Polosa now take government land? If they knew that the land actually belonged to them, as the woman is claiming, why did they write to the government in 2020 seeking approval to own the land permanently? They wrote to the government asking for the right of occupancy to own the place. They did that when the owner of the company had died. The question is, I ask her, why didn't the owner of the company, her husband, apply to the government before he died? Why didn't the owner claim ownership of the land when he was alive? He knew the history. He knew that he was not the owner of the land. But the moment he died, some people saw the opportunity to inherit or of inheriting a big parcel of land. So they asked the government to approve the land for them. So why have you sold the land to your friend? You are only saying something, working for your money. Use this lady, Olayinka. Okay, if I have faced you physically, I will give you a hot slap. Somebody is saying that. Well, my only advice to Wike's aid is that he should be polished in his speech and comments while reacting to elder statesmen and women while reacting to them. He should apply decorum, because one day he will be there, and if these actions has been taken by his boss Wike is done against him, he will definitely not be comfortable with it. Like they always say, such is life. So guys, let's say your opinion and have your take on this. Thank you.